The first question says simplify 2xy cube whole cube. So whenever there's a power outside the bracket and inside the bracket, we always multiply those powers. But in the case where we have 2 and x, you can't visibly see a power, but every whole number has a power of 1. So the 3 power will get distributed on 2 and x as well. So it will be 2 cube times x cube times y cube whole power cube. Like I said, the power of 3 outside the bracket gets distributed on each and every term inside the bracket. So that's 8 times x cube times 3 times 3, which is 9. So 8x cube y to the power of 9. That's your answer. Next question says solve giving your answer to one decimal place. So since it already says that we have to give our answers in decimal, which means we will use the quadratic formula. Now the quadratic formula is x equals to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Whenever your answers are going to come out in decimals, you will use the quadratic formula to solve the quadratic equation. So let's rearrange the equation and bring everything on one side. So we'll have 3x squared plus 2x minus 10 equals to 0. Now every quadratic equation comes in the format of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. A being the coefficient of x squared, b being the coefficient of x, and c being the constant. So a is 3, b is 2, and c is negative 10. Now that we've identified the values of a, b, and c, we will substitute them in the quadratic formula. So that's negative 2 plus minus square root of the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 10 over 2 times 3. So that's negative 2 plus minus 4 plus 120. So we find the square root of 124, which is 11.1. So negative 2 plus minus 11.1 over 6 is what we have. So now we find the values of x. So just erase this over here. One value of x is going to be negative 2 plus 11.1 over 6, which equals 1.5. And the other value would be negative 2 minus 11.1 over 6. That gives us negative 2.2. These are your values of x correct to one decimal place. Next question is that Leonie bought a hat and a coat. The hat cost £6. She sold both items for a total of £45. Leonie made a 300% profit on the hat and 125% profit on the total cost. Work out the percentage profit on the cost of the coat. So cost of the coat is £6. Cost of the hat is £6. And she made a profit of 300% on the cost of hat. So what we will do is, let's find 300% of 6, which is going to be £18. This is the profit that she made on the hat. So selling price of hat is 18 plus 6, which is £24. So make a column for hat and we make a column for coat. And this is cost, this is selling. So cost price of hat is 6 and selling is 24. So since she sold both items for £45, so selling of coat will be 45 minus 24, which is 21. So £21 is the selling price of the coat. Now she's making a 125% profit on the total cost. So this was the total selling price, £45, when we add the selling price for the coat and the hat. So 45 basically equals to 125% of the total cost. So let's call that X plus X. So this equals to 45 pounds. So that's going to be 45 equals to 1.25x plus x, which is 2.25x. So 45 divided by 2.25 will give us 20 pounds, which is the total cost of the hat and the coat. So if that's the total, which means the cost of the coat is going to be 14 pounds. We have to figure out the percentage profit on the cost of the coat. So for that, we will just do 21 minus 14 divided by 14 times 100, and that's 50%. That is your percentage profit on the cost of the coat. Next question says, find the value of x. So we have this line. Let's call this A, let's call this B, let's call this C. AB is the diameter because it's passing through the center of the circle, and the points A and B are touching the circumference. So angle coming out of the semicircle is always 90. So this is 90 over here, which means this is a right angle triangle. We have the hypotenuse, we have the opposite, we have to find the angle. So we use sine theta equals to opposite 6 over hypotenuse, which is 12. 6 equals to sine inverse of 6 over 12, and that gives us 30 degrees. That's your answer. The next question says that we have a cuboid. We have to calculate the length of AG. So this is AG. So if we connect AC and GC as well, we can see that we have a right angle triangle over here. So first we begin with finding the value of AC. We have another right angle triangle over here in the base. We need to find the hypotenuse. So AC square equals to 12 square plus 5 square. It's going to be 144 plus 25, which is 169 square root both sides, and AC is 13 centimeters. So now for the right angle triangle AGC, we have the base and we have the opposite. So we have to find the hypotenuse. So we will do AG square equals to 13 square plus 5 square, which is going to be 169 plus 25. AG square equals to 194 square root both sides again, and AG is 13.9 centimeters. That is your answer.